Bandwidth in part brought to you by Restream.io. Getting your video everywhere is easy with Restream.io. It is time for the hit list, being the second Wednesday of the month as we usually do it on. So we're glad to have you with us. I actually moved things around a little bit today. So if you see me staring off to one side or the other, that just means I'm checking out stuff, making sure everything's going all right. So don't think I'm crazy. Really, everybody else does, but you shouldn't. It's fine that way. I mean, it's all good in that respect. All right, my name's Rich
He has voices in his head.
No, I don't. I don't. Everybody else does. Actually, there was a story on that, but I'll get to that in just a second. But before I do, the hit list is brought to you by Landr.com, LANDR.com. Mastering made easy. You should really check it out. You can do so for free by clicking on the link under the live window at MusicSceneInvestigation.com. Now, on the hit list, as we're wont to do every second Wednesday of the month, we bring together our Song of the Week selectees and pit them against each other in a battle royale, where they fight it out for the prizes, props, and PR possibilities with our partners like Landr.com, Butterflies Radio, the Indie Music Bus, and the guys and gals over at the Live to Play Network. Very cool people all, and I think you should definitely check them out. You can find them on Twitter, Facebook, and their websites. All good. They're all over the place, especially Walter. I don't know what's gotten into him, but that man is in more places on the web than I am, or Ian is, or James is, I think. So, you know, that's kind of the way that goes.
I think he's in more places on the web than we are combined.
I think so. I really do. It's just the way it is. I mean, so what are you going to do about it? Not a whole lot, right?
Don't want to do anything about it.
No, I didn't figure you did. That's why I said that. So now I just found out I need to change a couple of things while we're doing this. So
is it your underwear again?
No, it's not. It's not my underwear at all. And while I'm changing things around, we're going to say hello to Mr. Ian Husbands. So everybody say hi to Ian. Hello, Ian.
Hi to Ian.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm not bad, all things considered, except for changing stuff around.
You're always changing stuff around, Rich.
It's my job. It's what I do.
You email me to tell me. I read the first lines, I'm going to change, and I think I'll leave him to it.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, when push comes to shove, I'm not going to argue with you. So things been going all right. I mean, it's been a while since last we talked. It was on Sunday.
Yes, it's been a long time, hasn't it?
It seems like it in some cases. So
What's changed since Sunday? Not a lot, really. Not a lot.
Well, you know, I suppose that when we really get down to things, it's good that not a lot changes.
In some ways not. You know, I'd like to see some change. I'd like to see some change that maybe my car changes into a Porsche. That would be nice.
It's not going to happen. You know this.
Not very good for having two kids either. But, you know, that my house changes to a mansion.
And how's that going for you?
Yeah. No, not really.
Not really happening straight away, huh?
No. I want to ask a question to you, boys. Do you want to introduce James quickly, and then I'll ask some questions?
I do.
To sort of just launch in.
All right. I certainly will take advantage of the opportunity to introduce James. James Anderson is here with us as well from the English Riviera. Hey, James, how are you, sir?
Hi there. I was just sort of half asleep, and then Ian said, let's introduce Mr. James Anderson. I thought, holy crap, I'm on air.
Ian's dulcet tones put you to sleep, did they?
No. It's just late here in England and early for you. So
Yeah, it's 5:30 in the afternoon here.
yeah, it's getting on. It's late. Anyway, I'm not too bad, thanks. I've nearly recovered from my ear infection, so I can just about hear in stereo again now.
Well, that's good. I remember last time we did the hit list, or actually, I think it was just the regular MSI show. You were having a little problem with that, and I'm glad you're getting over it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's much clearer now.
You're actually going to need those ears this week. I was reviewing the music before we went on air today, and I got to tell you guys, it's going to be a tough one, as it is every hit list.
Contenders, haven't we?
Yeah, as it is every hit list, but I think this one is going to be even tougher than normal. So,
well, we'll see. I've had to listen to the songs, and it certainly isn't going to be easy.
No, it won't be easy. And for those of you who were with us throughout the month of February, I'm sure you'll recognize and remember our Song of the Week selectees as we go through them again this week. And I got to tell you, why don't we go ahead and get started right now with the first one? You got a story to tell. Actually, I've got one first.
I'll go on in you first.
I can't remember what it was. Oh, yeah, I do remember what it was. We were talking. You were accusing me of hearing voices in my head. And,
you do.
And I was just reading a story today where psychologists say that, and psychiatrists say that a lot of people hear voices in their head, and it doesn't mean they're crazy at all. So there.
I didn't say you were crazy. I just said you hear voices.
Well, it doesn't mean I'm crazy just because I hear voices. There are other reasons why I'm crazy.
Do you know one of the first signs of being crazy is...
Was this the voices telling you this?
Yeah, the voices, of course, they back me up on everything I believe and everything I say. It's kind of what they do.
The first sign of madness is hairy palms.
Is it? How do you know this?
That's a fact.
I'm just...
The second sign is looking for him.
Don't know what to say, folks. He's here all week. Tip your bartenders and waitresses.
So this week we've seen quite a big thing happen in the music industry, guys. Blurred Lines, Robin Thicke. Can't stand the man. But
Farrell.
And Farrell, Will Farrell, wasn't it? Yeah, the guy that played Elf.
No.
No?
Shorter.
Oh, sorry,
shorter.
Farrell Williams, that's the one. Yeah, right. Right. So, it's one of the biggest selling hits for last year. It was the biggest selling hit last year, I think. Millions of downloads, lots of controversy, lots of publicity, and now Marvin Gaye's estate has sued them to the sum of $7 million.
And
$7 million. For basically the song being a rip-off of Got to Give It Up.
And they won.
They did, yes. Now, I know Marvin Gaye's stuff, but I'm not a big fan. So I had to go back and listen to Got to Give It Up today to remind myself of how the track goes. And there is no doubt in my mind that the intros are virtually identical to Blurred Lines and Got to Give It Up. But there's a massive Twitter storm going on about this, saying that, this is setting a dangerous precedent in music. And, what about all the bands that have been described as Beatlesque? Are they going to get sued now and all this sort of stuff? What do you think on this, guys? Because I think
I want to know
blatant breach of copyright.
I want to know when Led Zeppelin is going to get sued, because everybody knows that they blatantly borrowed from and swiped, and if you want to say stole, you can say stole from other artists early in their career.
Well, there's been a couple.
I think there's already a law case, I think, that may have been concluded or might not be, with the track "Tourist" by Spirit, which is virtually the same introduction as "Stairway to Heaven."
It's exactly, and the band supported Zeppelin before they wrote Stairway, like a few months before they wrote it or something like that, and played it as part of their set when they were supporting them. And then suddenly Zeppelin came out with Stairway, and it was almost identically the same. You've only got to listen to the two pieces of music to see it.
Exactly.
They lost
Exactly.
the first round in the Stairway Challenge in 2014. But seriously, guys, what do you think? Do you think this sets a dangerous precedent in the music industry now that everyone's going to go and just sue everyone for writing the same 7 chords?
Well, there
Or
is something to take into consideration here when you really think about it. Here, a number of years ago, there was a story that came out having to do with music. Everybody knows there's only a set number of notes on a musical scale. And that being said, some mathematicians and musicians got together and apparently found out that all combinations of all the notes have already been used, and all we're doing right now is recycling. So I would have to say that probably yes, this does set a dangerous precedent in that at some point everything's going to sound similar to something you've already heard before.
no doubt, no, I agree with that. There's only so many musical notes to play and only so many patterns you can play them in. But, I mean, you know, if you listen to the 2 intros of these 2 tracks, you can't deny that it's almost identical. Almost. I'm not saying it is. It's in a different key and there's some slight rhythmic differences, but the whole atmosphere and structure of the track and the intro is practically the same. Now, that's not necessarily notes. It's more about the rhythms. I mean, I think it's only 1 or 2 notes played on the bass throughout the whole intro, but it just sounds identical.
What are your thoughts?
Even down to the rhythm track and the reverbs used and stuff like that.
What are your thoughts on this, James?
I'm just wondering where you toe the line, really, because you could be sued for anything. Consider how many musical influences there are that people draw from in any kind of music.
I'd have to agree with you. I mean, I think it's
just know what sets.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how things pan out in the courts and in the music industry as we move into the future. And
yeah, do you just set it on simple chord progressions, or do you take a riff or a motif? What exactly can you label as plagiarism in music?
Didn't it used to be the legal precedent was 7 notes in a row the same?
I have no idea.
How does it apply to rhythm? Surely that would be similar.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. I mean, from my point of view, it's more like it's the sound. It's not necessarily even the rhythm. It's the whole sound that they encompass on the intros. You know, you can hear the similarity. You know, it's not just about what's being played. It's about how it's been recorded.
I know who
instruments used. The
I
production.
know who we should get to settle this.
Who?
I know we should get David Grohl on the show. He can settle this just like he does everything else.
I'd be happy to have Dave Grohl on the show. He's more than welcome to come and join us. This is my second invite to him. He obviously doesn't watch the show because he would have obviously jumped at the first chance.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. James, you know Dave Grohl. Maybe you can talk to him and have him come on the show with us.
I'll whisper a few sweet nothings in his ear later when I see him, and
You're scaring me
see
now.
if he wants to come and join us.
You're scaring me now, James. And before I get any more scared, I think we ought to move on to some music because you know me.
That's a good idea.
All right, we have 4 tracks.
We need to go to bed.
Exactly. We do have 4 tracks to take a listen to today.
You and Dave?
Yeah, me and Dave, we go way back. I'll tell you all kinds of stories, but I can't because I'll probably get done.
It's just the voices in his head, ladies and gentlemen. That's all it is. All right, our first track we're going to take a listen to was from February 1st, our song of the week back then when Nick Andrew was our guest panelist on the broadcast. And it's from a lovely young singer named Nina Bradlin with her track, She's the One. So here it is. This is song number 1. Nina Bradlin, She's the One from February of 2015. Enjoy it, everybody. Nina Bradlin.
Her hair is red, her lips red too. Her skin is perfect and her eyes are blue. legs so long, curves curve right. Her skirt is short and her blouse is tight. She's the one who make him come undone, be so coy, steal away my boy. She's the one who make him come undone, be so coy, steal away my boy. I see him glance at the hair, the lips, the skirt, blouse, and the hips. Her blue eyes flash, her hair's aflame. She smiles at him, and he'll never be the same. She's the one who made him come undone, be so coy, steal away my boy. She's the one who make him come undone, be so coy, steal away my boy. She's the one who'll make him come undone, be so coy, steal away my boy. She's the one who'll make him come undone, be so coy, steal away my boy.
But that is track number 1, as you saw right there. And that was Nina Bradlin with She's the One on the hit list today. And let's talk about it, guys. Ian and James, what do you guys think about that track? Ian?
Yeah, I like this. Mixed issues for me. I think we discussed them on the show, that acoustic guitar's a little bit overpowering in places, a bit bright overall on the mix. But, I mean, she's got a great voice. There's a nice arrangement there. There's some good backing vocals going on. There's a nice atmosphere to the whole track. And, yeah, she's got a lot of good stuff going on for her.
And James, how about you? Your thoughts again?
Yeah, it's got a particularly enticing and haunting atmosphere to it. I particularly like the contrasts and the way that the track's constructed. If I remember rightly, our guest who was on that week was particularly in love with the girls' vocals, although I might be getting that with another track. But yeah, it's really, really good stuff.
Now, actually, I think you're right.
Few production hitches.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think
they're
Andrew
good.
was in love with that, or Nick was in love with Nina.
Yeah, not just with her voice either.
One of the things I like about this track is some of the dissonance in the backing vocal compared to the chord structure of the music itself. It adds a haunting feel to an otherwise very, very simple arrangement. And that's kind of nice.
That's right.
Does anyone,
adds an
does
extra
anyone know if
dimension, doesn't it?
Does anyone know if Nina actually got back to Nick on his offer of living in his car with him?
I do not know. I do not know that. James, do you know anything about that?
No, I didn't hear any more.
All right, well.
It sounds like a good story.
It could be. It very well could be. We'll just have to wait and find out. We'll contact Nick and ask him about it next time he's on the broadcast with us. There's no doubt. But definitely a good song from Nina Bradlin. And, you know, what can you say about it? It's good. All right. In February the 8th broadcast, Rob Puricelli was with us, and we had a Song of the Week, which was a little bit more up-tempo than Nina's song. This was from a group called Second Player Score, and it is called Falling Over. So let's go ahead and take a listen to Falling Over by Second Player Score, our second song on the hit list today.
Turn my back down, you can't imagine. My line is severed, falling forever. And now I told her this story's over. So many pages, all torn away tonight. Drown me in the river, blinded by a shimmer.
That is song number 2 from Second Player Score, and it's called Falling Forever. Again, I said that was a little bit quicker. Definitely was a little bit more of a rock track on that one. James, you may or may not remember that. I think You were probably not on the broadcast, and that may have been Andrea's week. What do you think of that song?
I do remember it because I think that may have been one of the rare weeks where I tuned in when I wasn't on. Good, interesting dynamic range there. Not entirely sure that it sounds 100% finished. Some of the instrumentations are quite nicely polished, and the drum and everything comes through quite nicely. The vocals could probably be a little stronger, but I think this is just a case of it just needs tightening up together a little more. And I think that getting a good mastering job on there would be quite beneficial. Needs a little bit of a polish, but it's definitely a very strong contender for this week, for this month even.
All right. Well, I appreciate that, James. Now, I want to let everybody know we're apparently having some jitters in James' Skype connection, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Hopefully, everything will stay cool and we won't have any problems, but we'll have to see how it goes. Ian, second player score, over to you.
He just talks like that.
Oh, does he? Okay,
Yeah,
my fault then.
Yeah, I love this track. I mean, as James was saying, the instrumentation on this is fantastic. The drummer is tight. The drums sound big without dominating. The guitars are there. The bass is there. The vocals do let this down a little bit for me. Guys, he's in pitch. He's singing. I just don't feel his pain. We had this on Sunday on the show, and every song, everyone's comments were, we can't feel the singer. He's not feeling what he's singing. He's going for the performance. Sorry, the technical aspects rather than the performance. And this guy's done the same. Everything's there, everything's right, except you're not feeling his pain and his angst. I want to feel him hurt, man.
All righty, I'll let him know if we talk to him that next time he sees you, you want to feel his pain. So
yeah, I want more
maybe
angst.
after hearing these reviews, he will.
What was that, James?
Maybe after hearing these reviews, he'll feel some pain.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
I want to feel angst. I want to feel pain. I want to feel aggression. I want that whine. I want that shout in his voice. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I felt the same way. The guy, what it seemed like to me is in studio when they were recording this guy was smiling the whole time he was singing it. That's what it feels like when I listen to this. Everything else is there. Everything else makes this feel like a brooding, hard, dark track, except for the vocals. And I think that the backing vocals were a little bit too compressed as well myself. So that's probably just me, though, because I'm only listening out of this ear over here. I don't listen out of this one. I don't even know why this extra headphone is here. I have no clue. It's just the way it is. I don't know. All right, let's move on to February the 15th.
Get your music reviewed, people, by deaf listeners.
No, I don't review the music.
James is deaf. You're deaf. You are reviewing the music. You're on hit list. You have an opinion.
No. I don't review the music. I just pick out in the hit list. It's not a review. It's actually a contest.
Rich can't hear the music for the voice.
Yeah, I can't, just the way I just go by the timers on the screen. Are you kidding me? That's just the way that works. But anyway.
Mike hears it in stereo. I hear it in mono. Rich hears it in multiple different facets.
I sort of kind of hear it.
He gets surround sound. Yeah.
Yeah, sort of kind of. I feel his pain. It's just not the same as mine. All right, 15th of February, Jerome Marcus was on the broadcast. I got to tell you, Jerome, I'm looking forward to getting him back on the show because he had some great stories to tell us, and Ian's got some kind of contraption on his face.
Well, in my headphones, I thought if you guys can't hear properly, I might as well put my headphones on wrong.
That doesn't look good on you.
No?
No, I'm sorry to say, not at all. Kind of reminds me of Tom Chianti when he used to stack microphones up in front of him. He'd get into his microphone vault and get out like 7 or 8 microphones. Oh, this mic's bigger than this one. He stacks them on top of each other. Anyway, And Jerome Marcus had some great stories. He told us a story about his, what was his father in World War II?
Yeah.
And just fascinating story. If you get the opportunity to go back and take a look at that video broadcast and listen to those stories. Excellent, excellent stuff to take a listen to. And during that week, Michael Peterson and his song, believe it or not, War, was our song of the week. How apt was that? As we take a listen to the song of the week from the 15th of February, War by Michael Peterson, here on The Hit List. Hope you enjoy it. This is Michael Peterson's War. That's the third song in the hit list today, Michael Peterson's War. And, I want to talk about this one for a second first, because this song, there are some really, really nice things in this song and some really interesting things. And then there are some things which do this song a disservice, in my opinion. I love the sound of the bass. I hate the fact that the drums are programmed. And I love the fact that there's a lot of synth movement in there, which you don't hear a lot of anymore in today's music. But I hate the fact that there are some distracting synth noises in there that have absolutely no added value to the song in any way, shape, or form. Other than that, I love the lyrics to the song. The feel of the song is really good. There's just some stuff in there that needs to be fixed and taken out, in my opinion.
My problem with this track is that it hasn't really decided what genre it wants to be.
It's a
kind
Pink
of a bit
Floyd,
of a
Pink Floyd genre.
No, it's not. It's not. It's kind of fighting it. You kind of got aspects of the folk in there with the acoustic guitar, which is very bright. You've got a lot of synth movement. You've got some quite dark harmonies in there, which, would suit sort of more the grungier rock sort of era. There's a lot of stuff going on, as you said, lots of good stuff going on. I just don't think any of it's marrying up properly. It's a production thing. I think, personally, I would strip this back, look at the sounds I'm using, and try and make them work together a bit more.
James?
Yeah, I'd definitely have to agree with you when it comes to the extraneous synth noises that don't really add anything extra to it. You're right in the fact that the synthesizer movements are good and they're required, but if you listen to it on headphones like what we're doing, it's even more distracting, and I think it's another case of somebody doing a mix on monitors and not testing it on the cans as well, or testing it in different environments. It's just like a smorgasbord of ideas that's gone a bit overboard, really. So I think if things were taken back a little and stripped back down to the main genre of the piece, it would work a lot better. There's too many distractions when it comes to the samples and the sound effects.
I couldn't agree more with you. By the way, did you wave to those people honking outside your window yet?
It happens constantly.
I'm just wondering. They may be honking at you. I don't know.
This is taxi for after the show.
It's probably the limo driver. Come on.
Dave Grohl.
It could be. It could be.
It's getting impatient out there.
It very well be. Well, we do have one more song to take a listen to before we decide on a song of the month, or band of the month in this case, with our hit list winner. So let's take a listen to that right now. This is from Torelli and Fuse. Back on the 22nd of February, Mark Lamdansky from Worldwide Indie Radio was on the panel then. Torelli and Fuse, their track called Save Me, is the fourth song on today's hit list. Here it is, everybody. Torelli and Fuse with Save Me.
Je suis désolé. Je te prie de m'excuser. Je t'aime.
Baby, 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 why'd you leave me, baby? I'm crazy. About you every day. Please, it's my mistake. Escape. You to come and save me. Come and save me. You to come and save me. To come and save. Baby, 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 please don't leave me, baby. We'll make it right for you and me. Air and private speech, will she? Come and save me. Come and save me. Need you to come and save me. Come and save me. It's me against me. I had to face me. My darling, see how I hurt you gravely. I let you fall. Hope has no place here. You've turned away. A dead heart can't be saved. Only love can save me. I need you, baby. Need you to come and save me. Come and save me. The end of my road, I had to let go. I'll brave it slowly, but glad to know me.
As the great book did say, only the players of instrument and musicians will be there. Music will never die, music will always live. So when you create your material will reach many people. So when I feel 5 years so, and I knock out each other, and I box out each other, and I cut down each other for reach next level. Because once you do music, you're already at the next level.
That is Torelli and Fuse and their track called Save Me from 22nd of February 2015. Ian, your thoughts on this after hearing it again?
Yeah, I do like this track. I like the vocals. I like the sort of reggae rap bit towards the end. There's lots of good stuff. It's them water sections. I don't like them. You know, you get a stop in that music and go back into the music again. I know what they're trying to do from a production point of view, but it just doesn't work for me. Just everything stopping and dominating that sound. But I mean, great voices. There is a great song here. It's different. It's creative. Production's cool. Arrangement's cool. I just don't like the water moment.
I understand that. I have to agree with you. I think that was a distract. This would have been great without any of that extraneous stuff in there, I think. And I would have loved to have heard an old recorder, you know, like the 16th century, 15th century recorder type thing played in there during that last part, that last third of the song. That would have been very cool as well, I think. Really would have made the tune for me. Very good track, by the way.
Hooking in with the acoustic guitar. I think you'll find that there is something in there.
It sounds like it, but it's
there is
very far in the back.
Yeah, there is, and it sounds like a bit of a medieval moment.
Yeah, I agree. James, what was that?
Sorry, maybe melodica would be a good addition instead of sort of medieval instrument, but
yeah,
something along those lines definitely add to it.
I definitely agree. What else did you think of that as we go over it?
Oh, it definitely tantalizes the senses. I could have listened to that for ages, just simply because it was so interesting. I think it would definitely benefit from a visual, like a music video to go with it to make more sense of the surreal moments where you sort of get sucked in with the water. There, I think that would make a big difference. Yeah, I don't think it's quite commercial enough to be a hit, but I don't think that's what it's trying to achieve. And there's moments in there where you definitely hear the voices. I think this is definitely going to be one of Richie's favourites. You
think? You're trying to read the voices in my head. You got to remember those, James. They tell me what to do. I never get a choice. Even when I get a choice, I don't. Go ahead, Ian. Let it all out, buddy.
Melodica. He said melodica.
Sounds more like an accordion.
They do.
Yeah, I like the idea of a recorder or something along those lines even better. And like you said, I think there was something way in the background. If they pulled that more up toward the front, it would have been perfect.
Indeed.
I think so.
They got a cool name as well.
Yeah, they do. They actually, when I first read that name, I thought it was like Torelli and Fuse, kind of like the Torelli and Flu from Star Trek or something like that. But it's the word and. It's actually two people, Torelli and Fuse.
You kind of want to go Torelli and Fuse in D minor.
Yeah, exactly. That's a very cool idea. All right, guys, we got to pick a song, well, actually a band of the month out of this bunch. It's hard to do. I told you it was going to be difficult when we started this thing, and just by saying it doesn't make it any easier. So what do you guys think as we, having heard them all? I know, it's tough. If I have to make the first drop out of the bag, I will.
I'm kind of on a toss-up between 2 and 4 at the moment.
I'm actually not even considering 2. I'm cut between 1 and 4.
Ooh. James, what are you cut between? Besides a rock and a hard place.
I'm cut between 1 and 2.
Wow. We're all over the place there.
Yeah, 4 comes a close third.
All right.
Joint second or whatever you want to call it.
So it looks like we've actually
don't know where to go.
we've got 1, 2, and 4 in the mix. And if we take out the ones we only have 1 each on, it looks like we've got 1 and
No,
4.
all of them.
I was cut between 1 and 4. You were cut between 2 and 4. James was
cut
between
between 1 and 2.
Right. So
Yeah. So 1 and 2 are tied, really, aren't
As is 4. They've all
they've all got
votes
two
each.
people for them.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Sorry, number 3.
Yeah, sorry, number 3. It doesn't look like Michael Peterson's War is going to be in the mix on this one. Let me just take that card and go like that.
Okay, my arguments for number 2 is really the production level that's gone into that. The only thing that's missing is that more angsty, angry, hurtful vocal.
And that hurts me though. That really bothers me on that track.
It would hurt me more if the vocalist was hurting. Yeah, I agree, but I mean, you know, from the point of view of fixing it and going back and getting that singer to do it again, everything else is there. And it's the same with Toccata and Fugue in D minor. Sorry, Torelli and Fuse, that's the one. That, you know, it's only a couple of small fixes for me that would make that a good track and a very creative track as well.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. For me, I have to agree. 4 needs some fixing. It needs some change. It needs to discover what it wants to be. And
it? Needs a music video.
The music video would have to be set in a Renaissance fair kind of thing down in Jamaica, I think.
Yeah, that's the only way you could make sense of it fully.
Yeah.
Is to have the visual concept behind it.
So,
and then you could keep in that weird watery noise.
There you
Otherwise, get rid of it.
Yeah.
Maybe it has a video.
It might. It might. I haven't looked. Based on what Ian said, you've actually kind of convinced me, Ian. It's going to be Nina Bradlin for me.
I didn't say anything about Nina Bradlin.
No, you didn't, but you told me about Torelli and Fuse and convinced me that Nina Bradlin doesn't need nearly as much work as what Torelli and Fuse needs.
Working on my notes, I thought that 2 and 4 were similar in the amount of work that was required. Unfortunately, 3 didn't cut it. 4, I would have probably given a higher score within my head had it been a little bit more commercially accessible. I know that probably sounds a bit unfair, but 1 has the least work required. So I think it's going to be 1 from me as well.
All right, so that's 2 votes for Nina Bradlin. Ian?
What does it matter?
It does.
No.
It does
No.
matter. We have to get it for the record, if nothing else.
Speak to the hand.
So what does your hand want to vote for then?
I'll ask it. All right, I'll go with number 1. Go on. I mean, just not to rock the boat. They're all really great tracks. The things I love about 2 and 4 are they're pushing themselves a little bit further. I think Nina's got a great voice. She's got a great song. I do think the production value needs to be upped a little bit. But it is a great track. They're all great tracks. So, yeah, it's deserved.
Yeah, I agree. They are all great tracks in and of themselves. And when you compare 4 tracks against each other, you got to get a little bit picky.
Oh, totally.
There's no way around it. So there you have it. Nina Bradlin, our Band of the Month winner on the hit list. Unanimous vote at that. So congratulations to Nina, and we'll make sure our partners get in touch with you and that you get the prize for the hit list win sent out to you as well. Ian, James, both of you guys are going to be up on this weekend's MSI. Am I correct in that?
You are correct in
Pleasure as
that.
always.
And our guest panelist this coming week is none other than the Reverend... David Grohl. Only if you can wake him up that early. Is none other than the Reverend himself from the Live to Play Network, Bill Evans. I'm not mistaken there, am I, Ian?
No, you're not.
All
I
right.
just worked out why James needs the laxatives, but that's another story for another time.
I don't... I don't even know why. I don't even know why. Keep having him come back and it just gets worse. Thanks for being here, everybody. The Hit List, again, brought to you by Landar.com. We appreciate you being here. Hope you show up on our regular broadcast day, which is Sunday. And this week, of course, due to the time changes, 5 p.m. Eastern Time and still the same time, 9 p.m. GMT. So if you're in Europe, don't worry about the time changes. If you're in the U.S., show up an hour later than normal. Unlike last week when I was here 2 hours early because I can't do math.
If your name's Rich.
Exactly. If your name's Rich, you can't do math. We're going to play out with Nina Bradlin. She's the one as our hit list winner here on the Hit List. Thanks for being here, everybody. We'll talk to you again next time on the Hit List.
Bye.
Bye.
Her hair is red, her lips red too. Her skin is perfect and her eyes are blue. Legs so long, curves curve right. Her skirt is short and her blouse is tight. She's the one who make him come undone. Be so coy, steal away my boy. She's the one who make him come undone. Be so coy, steal away my boy. I see him glance at the hair, the lips, the skirt, blouse, and the hips. Her blue eyes flash, her hair's aflame. She smiles at him, and he'll never be the same. so cold.